Hey everybody, welcome to Time to Touch. And boy, we are going to be talking about societal standards and how they so influence us. And we had fun coming up with this title, and so there's a reason why Michael is wearing the shirt and the amulet that he's wearing.
Yeah.
And so this is my sweetie Michael, and this is my sweetie Ryan.
Hello.
And we are friends, and we love doing this. So, okay, what is it about societal standards that just lock us in?
Boy.
Mr. Deny Everything.
Yeah, well.
Explain to us.
Yeah, wait, lift this up and let me see it.
I don't know if you can see it here. It says deny everything. This was a motto that I lived by.
Hang on. Okay.
For a good part of my life. You know, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but especially as a youngster, I don't even know where the societal standards even came in. The idea that I'm supposed to be X, you know, a certain way, and so certain things came into my field of growth, and I decided that I didn't want to be weird. You know, I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want people to think that I'm, anything less than them. So I kept it super quiet. And then so what was growing was this secret life of exploration. And, it consumed me. That's actually where I grew up, was in my secret life. And then I had this persona, like, everything was cool. Everything was relaxed. I'm good, whatever, but really it's like there was no authenticity to my, how I presented myself. And so, this digressed.
There you go, digressed, yeah.
Definitely not divulged, deny everything. But this digressed into, addictions and consuming patterns, addictive patterns, and really it was about coping. And so it was my the darkness of my secret life is much bigger than the light in my life. And so at some point it was bankrupt for me.
Oh.
It was totally bankrupt. I just couldn't live completely separated from the world and doing my life completely alone. And so, I'm also wearing this, which is represents a few things. It's my Native American medicine path, which was the path I stepped on quite a few years back. And it was a path I stepped on to start to climb out of this dark place. And so and I don't know if you can see it right now, it's a thunderbird. And so thunderbird medicine is like, the thunder and the light, lightning in the skies. And for me it was bringing the light into the darkness. It was shining and being loud, being vocal. It was the opposite of deny everything, right? It was being heard, being seen. And today, I still practice that today, and I'm still not, masterful at it, but it has been a way for me to climb out of that place. And now I can be authentic. Like, I can actually look at you, and I'm okay with myself where I'm sitting, and I can express myself. And you can like me, you cannot like me. I may react in a way, I may not. And it's just like, it's so fun to see all the little juicy human pieces. And but like, and it's kind of like an evolutionary point where I can start to go, well, where did those come from? Like, where do those things come from? We inherit them, and
we find them everywhere, from, the jobs that we're working in. If we feel like I'm supposed to do this, from being in relationships to thinking that it has steps, and now that I'm with you, and then we're supposed to have kids, and then we're supposed to do this, and we get into these where you're constantly, and you don't realize that you're going through these motions because this is somebody else's. This has nothing to do with what you really want.
Well, let's take it back to the childhood, because that's what this starts with what parents and what the parents expect or what you think they expect.
Yes.
Because there could be two children living in the same home, and one becomes, a drug addict, and the other one becomes this successful, happy person.
Yeah.
Why is that? So it's what we bring into the world of what our soul needs to experience, what our society is teaching us, which is really changed a lot.
Drastic.
Where we used to go out and play and we wouldn't come home until we were starving, or our mother said, if you don't get in here and for dinner's ready, to now, my son had to kick his kids out of the house because they wanted to play on all the
games.
the games and all that stuff. So as society changes, it's a box. It puts us in a box, and I don't care if we go back to Western times or go back to ancient times. Society is very strong, and we have to keep busting out of that. And to me, the only way I do that is I have to have a relationship to a higher power, because I'm alone. Like you probably felt very alone inside that. Absolutely. I'm going to just deny everything, and I'm here by myself, and I've got to figure out how this works. And we're not alone creatures. We're herd animals. Yeah. We need each other. We need to support each other and love each other. So, from childhood all the way up to the TV programs we watch. When I finally realized the TV programs I watched affected how I thought a relationship was to be. Right. And what was the woman's role and the man's role.
Yes. That's a huge one.
Yes.
It is.
That's a huge one. And I think you find it a lot too when asking, in intimate experiences, when we're trying to talk about what we want, what we don't want, parts of our body that we want to explore that we don't. Actually, I think men might have
I think we do.
For men, I'm going to go there, with anal play is something that you guys can get so much pleasure from, but there is such if you like this, you're gay, and
except that's the male G-spot.
Oh my yes, and it's
there
so
is that
shut
problem.
off. That's a huge one where people they're so afraid, but that fear is not coming from, it's coming from an outside source.
Yeah.
So we have to look at our society.
Yes.
And because society can change for the positive or the negative.
But it's only the smart thing to question what's really yours and what's not.
That's right.
And it's okay that society's just putting something out there. If you don't know what to do, okay, I can try this on.
Yeah.
But at some point you have to question, was that mine or was that, where did that come from?
Am I feeling pressure, peer pressure, or adult pressure, peer pressure, or job pressure, to do or not to do?
Because when we start finding ourselves unhappy, following that direction, but I'm doing all the things I should be doing, but it is not causing happiness.
Bingo.
That's when it's time to question, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this because I think I'm supposed to be doing this?
That is so true. That is so true. We're supposed to be happy, and life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to actually flow. It's not supposed to be so hard, so challenging. So any time that there's an unhappiness, it's stop. And if anything, take a moment. And I know I keep bringing this up, but it's because this last year, I guess I've had a spiritual awakening as to, I thought I was a spiritual human being my whole life, and I was. But not to the degree where it's I can call you up and say, hey, do you have time? I need to talk to you. But I do that with Great Spirit now, or Buddha, or Jesus, or Wakantanka. It doesn't matter, Yahweh, by whatever name. So if I'm struggling, I'm not supposed to be struggling. I'm not supposed to be unhappy. Challenged, yes. Challenged. So we grow.
What's unique about it is, I think where societal standards flow in is there's somebody's version of what people should be so they could all be happy. Like there's some stamped set of principles and values and experiences that we're all supposed to take and
be happy.
Ta-da, we ended up at the end of the rainbow. But
Like I got
really,
the house,
it's like,
I got the car, I did the thing,
Yeah.
and I'm still like, ugh.
yeah, your experience is not my experience, not your experience. And they're so different. And, you know, they're so uniquely beautiful. And if we could just celebrate those differences and honor the path we're all on versus, you know, judging that your path is not my path, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm going to invite us to end with that.
Beautiful.
Celebrate the differences and know we are all interconnected.
Yes.
So thank you everyone for joining us, and please share this, and you can reach Ryan or Michael through me. And if you need help, give me a call. I love doing counseling.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Katie.